He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be at late with Sehon Marshall? It's at late with Sehon Marshall.
Good night, each and everyone. Let me say it again. Good night, each and everyone. Thank you very much for coming out to the late night show. And let me introduce the host of this show. Live from the Rustler Cinema in Kingston, St. Vincent. It's up late with Sehon Marshall. Please let me welcome Sehon. Sehon Marshall, everyone.
Is it on? Okay. Thank you very much and good night. Welcome to this, the second edition, the second episode in the late night series, Up Late with Sehon Marshall. For those of you who are here in the audience, thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you who are live on Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, our first show did really well. We got some reviews, and I thank all of those persons who made it possible. So far, we have surpassed over 7,500 views, and for that, you deserve a round of applause. We've been getting some really good support, and we ask that the public continue to support us as we bring new, exciting content every single week. We encourage you also to like our Facebook page, Up Late with Sehon Marshall, and we have a YouTube page as well, so you can like and follow it, so you can interact with the show and the content that we have. As I said, our first show is still up on Facebook. We will be transferring that to YouTube in the coming week. And this show would also be uploaded on the YouTube channel as well. So follow our Facebook page, like our Facebook page, and follow our YouTube channel as well. We have an exciting show for you tonight, an all-female cast, and as we advertised on Facebook, in celebration of Mother's Day. So tonight, Gloria Williams is in the house. Give her a round of applause. Dr. Jozelle Miller is also in the house. Or should I say, staying up late. Nikki the Diva, she's staying up late. And designer Shanicia Mayers is also staying up late. You know, is it me or is inflation really, really taking a toll on St. Vincent and Grenadines? I mean, I was in town this week, and someone I know for a while, for a very long time, my childhood, came up to me to ask, you know, for something. So I thought, sure, no problem. He walked me to the vehicle, and I took out $5 from my pocket. And the guy goes, no. $5? At least you can give me a 50. And I thought, what? I'm telling you. So what I do now is when I'm walking through town, I try to see them first. Then I shout them and go, hey, what's going on? Yeah, a small thing you give me. And that kind of helps because, you know, I really can't afford giving everybody, you know, $50. That's just way too much. Anything exciting happening in the news this week? No? Yeah? I mean, I saw some protests in Kingstown. Wasn't sure why. Didn't ask because I don't know how protesters do it. Although I did hear my friend Richard and I were talking, and he did mention to me something on the radio about a politician deciding that two citizenship makes him doubly qualified for politics. Something like that, I don't know. So I'm thinking of getting 3 so I can be triply qualified, and maybe you guys will make me prime minister. I don't know. That's just a thought I was going. Last night, I had a wonderful time at Upstage Experience. That's a Calypso tent. If you haven't checked out any Calypso for the season, I encourage you to do so. Upstage has a really exciting cast, ranging from the very young to the not so very young. I enjoyed some particular performances stand out to me, but I say I really had a good time. They have a good cast. I would not adjudicate right now as to how many people I think would make the semifinals, but upstage so far is looking good for the carnival. So I'm waiting now to hear my favorite tent on tour and see what the others have to offer as well. Let's go right into our show. I don't know if you're familiar with drama, but if you aren't, then you've been missing out parts of your life. This lady who's coming on stage now, she is a former educator, an education officer, a cultural officer, and she is also a dramatist and comedian. Help me welcome to Up Late, Gloria Williams. Joke actually, right? That was supposed to be a first joke. Please, Gloria, have a seat.
Thank you.
These feel nice. First time I'm sitting in them.
Very firm.
I tell you. Take them home. Well, actually, ours, so you can take them home.
Okay.
Good night and welcome to Up Late.
Good night.
Yes, I really appreciate you taking the time to stay up late with us. Gloria, so just for those who do not know you, tell us a little bit. You know, teachers don't know what little mean, eh? And I wouldn't know because I was
there
one.
There you go.
A little bit about Gloria Williams.
Well, Gloria Williams is an institution in herself. She is a creative art. So when you hear that, you would understand that Gloria Williams is involved and engaged in every single aspect of creativity. I was born into a creative family, so it began from birth. As a result, I have branched into so many fields. I have been a teacher for most of my life. Then I went into actual culture, working in the Ministry of Tourism, Sport and Culture. And then I had been doing stuff in between. So I came out, I'm a journalist, I'm a tour guide, I'm a stand-up comedian. A lot of things spinning out of that fact that Gloria Williams came up in a creative family and is an actual creative art in herself.
So you do stand-up comedy, so you wouldn't sit down and tell any jokes tonight?
If somebody in the audience wants sit-down comedy, I just might.
Okay, all right. I don't know if you mind talking about this, Gloria, but I know a few years ago you battled cancer. You're actually a cancer survivor. And what was that like?
Well, it was certainly more than a few years ago. 13 years ago. They said 13 is a bad number. It's unlucky, but for me, it's a seriously lucky number because I'm still here. It was traumatic, to say the least. But you know, as a human being, when you experience trauma, you can't stay in trauma. You have to redouble your efforts and become a victor. And that's what I did. I strive to move from a victim to a survivor. And here I am. It was a lot of work. I still continue to work every day. The good thing about it, I have used my experiences, and I am still using my experiences to assist persons who come down with this disease, to help them through it. Because having gone through it, I know it really was not easy.
Please, a round of applause for Gloria. It's not all the time people battle cancer, and that in and of itself is a battle, and to be a survivor, and now you're helping others, it's really something to your credit. What are some of your most treasured moments as a teacher?
Oh boy. I have the majority of my life as a teacher were treasured. You know, even when you have a student who gave you stress, you know, you treasure them. But I will tell you of an experience where I had a student, and you know, teachers had practically washed their hands of him, saying that he can't read, he can't write, and now he's in common entrance class and he cannot pass. So what I did, I always for the underdog. So I actually took that guy every day. I ate my lunch from 12 to 12:30 and from 12:30 to 1. I sat with him. They used to laugh at us. But the day the common entrance result came, he got his result, and all he needed to see was one word with 4 letters, PASS. And that was at Stony Ground School, as we know it.
Yeah.
And he got that result in his hand. And he flew over all the steps to get to his mother around the corner. And that made me realize when you work this kind of way, it's not really working in vain. It's really to give a building block to somebody for the future.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know that as an educator myself, a former educator myself, that sometimes you do write off children. But
Yes.
all they need is that little bit of
Yes.
attention. I'm told that comedy is serious business. How is that going for you?
Well, I often tell people I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm a comedian every single day. I cannot exist without, like people into drugs. Comedy is my drug. So I cannot exist a day without saying something funny, right? So, but it works for me because it permeates my entire life. So anybody see, for example, somebody might see me come in and they know already that something funny is going to be said. And it really, it alleviates stress. If you could more see the lighter side of things, it is so much easier than being bogged down. Right now, I'm living a stress-free life. Hello, look at me. I'm living a stress-free life.
That's what retirement does, right?
Well, I am blissfully retired, and that comedy definitely helps.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Gloria Williams. Now, as a treat for you, Gloria Williams is going to that nice little set of about 5-7 minutes. She's a teacher, so she might go over, but we're going to try and hold her, and make sure she doesn't. Gloria, please, entertain our crowd.
Sure, why not? People, are you ready? Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. People, are you ready? Oh. You realize today is CPEA day number 1. You realize that? Watch now. Any parents in the audience? Yeah. You know what some parents don't realize is that when that exam they come, they go up to the school and they buy all kind of fried chicken and chips for the children, fill up the chest with a whole lot of things. But when school was going on the whole year, you couldn't find them. And it really depends on what happened during that time that makes a difference. I'll give you an example. I was looking at a child very early. It would be, that time they had infants 1 and infants 2 and class. He would be like in grade 2. This boy, his name was Carl. Carl never liked homework. Carl will find an excuse every single time. I remember one day I given a test. And question number 6 was, what is the capital of St. Vincent? Simple question. We did it over and over, but he wasn't paying attention, never did homework. So when he looked over there, the little boy over there, peep on his book, giving him bad eye. The boy have, I don't know. Carl watch on the boy book, give him bad eye. Guess what Carl put for his number 6 answer? He lie. You could imagine that? Listen to me now, man. And Carl, I try all kind of tests with a little boy. For example, I say, if you have 10 sheep and 1 jump over the gate, how many sheep you have remain? Carl say, Miss 0. I say, how could it be 0? Carl, let me go again. If you have 1 sheep, 10 sheep, and 1 jump over, I remember 1 and 10, so I change it. I say, Carl, if you had 10 sheep and 4 jump over, how many leave back? He said, Miss 0. I say, but Carl, and I start to get vexed. And hey, Carl, but Miss, you don't know sheep. When 1 jump, all does jump. But if you really check it out, Carl was really using his head. You understand? Watch, and he used to do this in every area of school. Carl and his friend decide to go and raid Mr. James' mango tree. You know when mango season in and you have your big graft in mango tree, you want to sell them to make a little money. So Mr. James sit down there with a board gun. And he waiting. Carl and the partner passing Mr. James' backyard. The partner in front mash a twig. Pow! Mr. James, who goes there? What them? The boy look wrong, he watch Carl. Carl this so. Hey, the partner in front. Meow. Okay. Mr. James say, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. He sit down back. They go in. Friend in front, Carl behind. Now, Carl so not studying his head. Mash the same twig the friend mash. Mr. James jump up. Who goes there? The boy watching Carl for see where Carl going. Say, Carl watch the boy bad. I hate Carl. Is another cat. You understand? And this little boy come from Mespo up there. Always want to distract me when I ask him for homework. I say, Carl, where your homework? Everybody don't bring it and put it on the table. Carl ain't had no homework. So Carl start one story to distract me. Hear him. Miss, this man is not coming down, you know. I see Jackie in front of me. Now Jackie is a little girl from Mespo, always minding her business and going to school. I say, yes, Carl. Hey, Carl, miss, and when I see Jackie, I run to meet up with she. Hear me? Okay, very good. Hey, Carl, miss, you know, just before I reach Jackie, she foot slip and go down in the river. He catch me, hear me? For you? Where you do, Carl? Hey, Carl, miss, I jump in the river for save she. Hear me tell you, children. Okay, children, give Carl a round of applause. That was good. He was a hero today. Then it hit me, hear me? Carl, but after all is said and done with the homework, hey, Carl, miss, I've been saved, Jackie, but the homework drowned. But I can tell you something. Carl became a mathematician. You know, after years of using that brain, either which way, it will be put to a good use. And I guess the maths in life is the reason why I'm here today. Very blissfully retired because the auditors added up the machine and my number came up. Bam, Miss Williams is out of there, but happily. So I'm now single, but I'm not looking to mingle. You know, when you check it out, when a lot of the guys nowadays days hear the modern definition for marriage, they can't deal with me. You know what is marriage? It is said that marriage is a relationship in which one person is always right and the next one is the husband. You understand? So you see the problem right here. And when you check it out, when marriages are born, right, in disagreement, festered in disagreement, when you look out, they mash up divorce. And who wants that really? You ever check out the statistics with divorce? Watch, it is said that the second most popular reason for divorce is infidelity. That sound like it makes sense? Eh? Answer me, talk to me. Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. What do you think is the first most popular reason for divorce? Money. You're nearly, but they say nearly is a mile. Huh? Same thing. You know what is the most popular reason for divorce? Marriage. Marriage. Eh? How you go divorce and you're not married? You understand? But when the marriage work, what you do? You go and you have a nice little family. I grew up in a poor family, but a funny family. Watch. When you see my father work hard and put bread on the table, you better eat the bread, whether you like the bread or you don't like the bread. If you don't like it whole, break it up and eat it. If you don't like it solid, throw some water and gravy on it and eat it. But eat the bread. I remember. You remember these long time days? As time go on, things start to get a little easier. Because it is around Christmas time, poor people used to buy stuff for the house. Not true? My mother used to say, she have to buy the curtain. My mother couldn't even call the wall. She have to buy the linoleum. She had to buy all kind of things. Your juicy, your all kind of thing. So when you see my father take money and buy a bed for your children sleep on, don't be calling him on the phone and tell him he in a res. So, who tells somebody, call my father? Are you Alpheus Antoine? Yes. Well, I'm calling to tell you that you're in a race by $2.40. One day my father get upset. He say, watch. You swear the woman did it. He turned to the phone, he said, watch. Let me tell you something, eh? Me is a poor woman. Me is a poor man. And you see, when month done, all the people who I owe, I just write the name and put it in a hat. If you call me again, I take your name out the hat. I mean, you have to find a way to deal with the case. You understand? And, you know, sometimes you're in the family and you try to help the situation. It had this grandfather, you know. Nice little family, but sometimes the children and them get themselves in trouble and put the family out of sync, you know. So he used to always tell grandpa every year to plant the potatoes. Get himself in trouble, say how he been a gun. They find one gun, they put him in jail, but the rumor was that he had more. So, you know, when you go to jail now, they have to read all your correspondence. So the father write a correspondence and say to the son, well, grandson, now the time is planting season is coming wrong, and you know how the land big. I don't have no help. If you've been here now, you could have helped me dig up and we would have able for planting. The son write back. Hey, the son say, Grandpa, I know I can't help you. Try do it on your own for now, please now. But you see by the dark pen wrong there, where bury the guns, don't dig up there. Don't dig up there. The next morning, Grandpa meet the whole place dig up. And pure SSU man the outside. Grandpa didn't even write letter, he called. They allow him to make the call. He said, grandson, Lord have mercy. If you see police outside and they dig up the whole yard, man, what they're looking for. Hey, the grandson, but grandpa, you're stupid. Plant the potatoes now. Plant your potatoes. You understand? He in trouble, but he's still thinking. You understand? And sometimes, watch now. It have forces inside the family and forces outside the family that does ruin it, you know, and make that divorce happen. But it's not always so. I heard about a lady, and she had a husband. They were really in love with one another. And he was rich. He had a lot of money. And he fell ill one day, and he called the wife to the bedside. He said, honey, if you see her die before you, are begging you, please, put all the money in the coffin. Now she find that was unreasonable, but she didn't want to show any sign. She didn't want to say anything because she didn't want him to have to struggle with the illness and struggle with her reaction. She said, all right, honey, and she knows him. As old people say, 2 toes, he died before her. Well, the afternoon that the funeral came, the casket was open up there, and she was seen coming in with a heavy box. And she walk and she take she time and she walk with the box and then she lift it up and put it in the coffin. And she gone back down, her friend down here so. And for heavens and earth, the friend won't leave her alone. Hey, the friend, girl, you stupid eh? You really put all that money inside that man coffin? Hey, she, girl, leave me now. Leave me, let me grieve my husband, then leave me now. And the friend going at her, she harassing her. Girl, if it was me here in the middle of the funeral, here she now, she want quite the woman. She explained what she did. Here she, girl, so you think I'm stupid? I write the man a check. I write him a check. You think I'm stupid? And watch now. I don't think anybody in here would remember long-time vagrants on the street of Kingston. You remember people like Gatti Bugulu? There was this guy called Togo, a big, hefty man, right? And Togo used to run you down and beat you because he was so ugly, they used to call him the beast. So don't say Togo the beast from the time you say Togo. Togo start running you down. My brothers and them now, they decided that they're going up and they're going to trouble Togo. The little one, you know. He want a game. Hey, them know. Okay, you want a game? Go up to Togo and say, Togo the beast, and run. Why he now? Togo the beast and run. You don't see what happened there? That is the same little boy that got our family in trouble one Christmas. You know, long ago they would buy a water gun for the boys and a doll baby for the girls. Remember? Well, we had one water gun. And all of we playing with this water gun. But this water gun came in to save our lives. Well, I could say almost. Because there was what you call a thief man. A guy used to go around, break your house. He come and he take your grocery, and if your wife alone or your daughter, he rape her. You understand? So one night, we heard him, my father heard it like a creaking in the window. The man put the foot over the ledge and he come in, but my father been waiting for him. So when he reached in, my father whipped the gun. Now, if you see my father with shot, watch him, stick it up. What the man? And my father realized he have him. Hear him. Yeah. You have a wife in here? Eh? You have a supermarket in here? Eh? You left anything in here? The man frightened if she tremble. Now we inside and hearing the commotion. And one by one we coming out and peeping to see, but we standing off, we let daddy take control of the situation. We wipe, we eye the sleep out the eye, and we watching. Then the same little brother come out. Watching now. He come out, he there with me and he watching. And when he hears, see my father had the man at gunpoint, he realized my father had him good. Hear him now. Yeah, daddy, wet him down, daddy. Wet him down, wet him down. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Gloria. Ladies and gentlemen, Gloria Williams. At this point, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have more Up Late with Sehon Marshall.
He's back. No box, no kick, no fight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be up late with Sehon Marshall? It's Up Late with Sehon Marshall.
And welcome back to Up Late with Sehon Marshall. Let me thank Gloria Williams for that exciting opening act, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. Up Late with Sehon Marshall, if you're just tuning in, if you're in the audience for the first time, is the first of its kind late night talk show host, and we intend to bring you new, exciting, and different topics every week. And we're moving away from what is the norm. Hopefully, we'll be able to explore a lot of different things that St. Vincent has to offer that go unnoticed. You know, St. Vincent and Grenadines, I find, in my view, there's an overemphasis on politics and most of partisan politics, and so many good things go missing and go unnoticed. And what we do here at Up Late is we're trying to, as much as possible, offer a platform to people, young designers, artists, entertainers, business people, whomever, society, social activists, community-spirited builders, you know, people who go, as I said, unnoticed, unrecognized, but they do great work. And that's what we intend to do here. And we thank you so much for making Up Late a part of your Thursday evening. Don't forget, you can like our Facebook page, follow us, Up Late with Sehon Marshall. Also, we're on YouTube. You can follow our YouTube page as well. As I mentioned, we have a really, really exciting cast tonight. We just had Gloria. Coming up is someone I've known for the better part of about, I would say, 20 years. I'm that old. She is a health psychologist by profession and the CEO of the Vallejo, and she'll give me the pronunciation when she comes. I hope I'm getting it right. The Vallejo Experience, Inc. Please give an Up Late welcome to Dr. Jozelle Miller. I find Truths from backstage brought Jozelle on like she was doing the Miss SVG thing. You didn't find? You know, the whole hand up the stairs kind of thing. I'm telling you. Oh, good night, Jozelle.
Good night. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for staying up late. Is Jozelle mic on? Because I don't know if I'm hearing Jozelle. She's on? All right, great, great. And thank you for staying up late with us tonight. I was just telling the crowd I've known you for the better part of about 20 years.
Well, I'm only 16.
Yeah, right. She's only 16, but I've known her for 14 years. Yeah, that would work. So have you been?
I've been good. I mean, life has been interesting. A lot of ups and downs, but overall I've been good. I give God thanks.
I know you've had tragedy recently in your life.
Yes. In February, I lost my dad. And 4 years ago, I lost my mom. So I've been really, having a hard time with all of these losses and the grief, but, it's part of life. And you just have to know how to bounce back.
Absolutely. You talked about your mom. My own recollection of your mom is that she was a woman of faith.
Yes, she was my pastor.
She was your pastor.
Yes.
I would ask you how it is, how being the pastor's child is. I would ask you how that is. But before I ask you that, in terms of influence, though, how big an influence was your mom?
My mom's influence on my life has been, extremely significant because she was my best friend. We had a really good, tight relationship, and everything in my life I would have bounced it off of her before I did it. So when I lost, I really felt as if I lost a big chunk of myself. But, her legacy lives on because all of the principles and all of the standards that she would have exposed me to and have taught me, I feel now that I'm in a better position to really live that out. So I'm good.
Absolutely. So you said she was your pastor.
Yeah, she was my pastor.
How much pressure do you feel as a young person growing up in the church with your mom being the pastor, being the head of the church? How did you deal with that? Because I know how I dealt with that. My mom wasn't a pastor, but she was very much in the church. She was preaching. How did you deal with that?
Well, the thing is, there's a saying about pastors' children being
Oh, I know the
worse,
saying.
yeah? And, I mean, we had a hard time because you're scrutinized and, a lot of the times, all of the other young persons could get away with a lot of things. But you'll be in the pastor's child, you always have to be on the P's and Q's type of thing. My mom was very strict. She was a disciplinarian in the home. My father was more the quiet one. So a lot of things that our friends would have been able to do, we never had the chance to do. But you know what? When I got older, when I became 16, I really appreciated the fact that, we were excluded from certain things because, just a few years ago, I actually had the chance to see a few classmates of mine and the way their life turned out. And they were the popular ones and the ones that we envied and, oh, I wish I could have done this and done that.
Right.
And we see such a vast difference that now they're looking at me and say, oh, you have done all of that and I wish I had that chance. But, that's how the dice fell.
That's how, my own experience, as I said, growing up in a very strict Christian home. I told somebody just this week, I've never jumped carnival, ever.
Yeah.
Never, not even Juve, never.
Never.
Absolutely never. And that was one of the benefits, if I could say that, or the causes of growing up in a Christian home. But I don't regret that, though. I don't regret that. So you've done quite well for yourself, academically, professionally.
Yes.
You hold those 3 enviable letters behind your name, PhD,
My sister says PhD stands for pothole dodgers.
Richard, you hear that? But I didn't feel that is not necessarily a very popular one.
Yeah.
You hold a PhD in what field?
Psychology, health psychology specifically. Yes.
What is health psychology?
Well, the thing is, psychology is really the understanding of human behavior, why we do what we do. Health psychology specifically looks at the reaction of persons to diagnosis and treatment. So we pay attention to chronic illnesses, diabetes, hypertension, and how persons cope with these things. As a health psychologist, I'm also concerned about programs for prevention, and it is about lifestyle changes and overall well-being, so that persons understand that your health has to be a lifestyle. We are sometimes very reactive, so persons only kick into gear when something happens, when something goes wrong. But as a health psychologist, I am trying to promote that wellness has to be an overall thing, that is something that we live on a daily basis. The choices we make, the things we eat, how we exercise, even your mental capacity and how you protect your mind, that is also part of the wellness program.
Interesting. Yeah. And how have patients been responding to that? I know from experience and from being around that. I remember one doctor saying to me a couple of years ago, you see the same patients every week, you give them the medication, they don't take it, but they come back every week. How have patients been responding to that, the psychological aspect of their health and their well-being?
Well, the thing is, psychology is a growing discipline. I think persons are still warming up to the idea of actually sharing their life stories and talking through issues and some of the stresses that they have. So, when persons see me show up at their bedside and say, well, I'm here just to see how well you're coping, persons sometimes look at me like, how is that going to help me? But I say to them, sometimes it's best when you can talk things through and you can actually get that emotional part out of it. And you see, well, social support has been proven to be something that helps.
my producer gave me a 2-minute thing there and so on and so on. But finally, if I may, as a woman in your field, do you experience any pushback,